If you're brand new to harmonica, here's something that might save you a lot of time and frustration. Let's talk about the cost of harmonicas and whether or not you need an expensive harmonica. Do you need to spend a lot of money to get started? No, but I also wouldn't buy the cheapest harmonica you can find. The thing about musical instruments is if you buy a cheaper instrument, that's kind of what you're going to get, is something that's cheap. I would recommend buying a harmonica that's somewhere in the $40 to $50 range. There are plenty of great harmonicas that fall in this price range. Right here I have a Kongsheng Sunrise. This is a key of C. This one is totally in there. I think it's around $45. Here's a different one. This is a Kongsheng Soloist. I believe this is around $50. So if you look at these, you can see the difference that this one has a wooden comb. That's the comb is the part that goes all the way around there. The Soloist has an aluminum comb. So there's a lot of subtle differences between harmonicas. Some harmonicas like this Hohner Special 20, they have a plastic comb. So once you get to playing, you'll find out, well, do you prefer a plastic comb? Do you like a wood comb? They have slightly different sounds, and there's advantages and disadvantages to each kind. One thing about wooden combs, for instance, is that the wood can actually swell, and it can make the harmonicas unplayable. However, as far as I know, they do really great coating on the wood these days, and that's really not much of a problem anymore. It used to be more of a problem in the past. But if you do play something like this aluminum comb, you never have to worry about any kind of swelling like that. So why not get cheaper harmonicas? Ultimately, they're harder to play, and so if you're in a beginner journey, you're not doing yourself any favors by getting a cheaper instrument that's going to be harder to play. They don't respond as well, and what that means is when you play a note, you might go to play that note and it's just going to get stuck or something like that. It's just not going to get the sound that you want. They can make beginners think that they're the problem, when it turns out it might just be your cheap harmonica. One of the biggest things, though, I feel like with cheaper harmonicas is you're going to get a lot of air leakage. If I just play the 4-blow on this harmonica, I want all the air to be going through that 4-hole, coming through the harmonica. A cheaper instrument, you're going to get all this air leakage. This part is the comb. These are the cover plates on the top and the bottom, and they all seal together to pinch like a sandwich. If you have a cheaper one, you might get air flowing between the comb and the cover plate, and you're just going to hear this kind of sound like that. It's just not going to play as well. You really want something, if I play this 4-blow, the air is only going through the spot that I want it to. If I was having leakage, really because it's right up in your face, you're going to hear this air just kind of leaking around. Any decent harmonica is going to have a tight seal, and you're never going to have that problem. I think you're much better off buying one decent harmonica, maybe in the key of C, for instance, instead of buying a whole bunch of cheaper ones. A decent harmonica is going to make learning more enjoyable, and you're just going to build a lot more confidence right from the beginning. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Click here for the next Harmonica Basics lesson.